Susan Smith with Stamp Creatively. My friends challenged me to, I don't know what that means. Um, Wait a minute. It, so my friends challenged me yesterday. We got together and they decided I should go live in two places. So instead of just going live in one, I should do it in two. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's working or not, but I pushed the buttons. And sometimes your machine says stop pushing buttons. Mine does that. It does. I promise you. It does that a lot. And so I don't know whether I am live in two places or not, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So I have something real different for you. We're making 6 cards this morning, and I'm going to show you how I did that in the simplest, easiest way. I have my rock mug, because see, remember my words this year are, I'm going to rock it and then roll with how it goes. So my friend got me a rock mug. And in my mug, we've had the privilege of hosting strongmen at our house. And strongmen are like the guys who do Giants Live that like move the big rocks and do the crazy things. We've had several of those guys stay from around the world with us for years. We've had Lawrence Chalet, they call him Big Laws, and he is from England. We've had Darren and Colin stay with us, who started Giants Live. We've had Kaz Myers stay with us, Big Kaz, he's stayed with us. And we've had Eddie Williams from Australia. We've had Tim Cotty from French Canadian, which he was probably the hardest to understand that we had. And then we've had Mark Felix. He stayed with us 3 times, maybe more, I think. Anyway, Mark Felix is from the UK. And if you look him up, he's a very large black man who stealths through my house and sneaks up behind me and is funny and kind. And he brings me tea from England. So I really like his tea, and it's hard to find here. And so he sends me Yorkshire tea from England, and I sent him Kool-Aid because you can't get Kool-Aid in the United Kingdom. So I sent him Kool-Aid. Shh, don't tell anybody. I sneak it in with other things. No, I'm kidding. It's totally fine. But when they come over, they like to shop with us and do things with us. We really enjoy having them. But one of the things I really like is his tea. So Roxy's upstairs taking a nap, so you don't get to see the crazy little puppy. She's still adorable. I would highly recommend a puppy if you don't want to sleep and you want to go to the front door all the time to let her out. And it's supposed to rain the next couple of days, so I'm going to have 3 sets of muddy paws. My grandchildren will tell you that they all want pets, and no one will let them have pets, and Gimme and Pappy have 5. So it's so not fair. And just in case you don't see me one day and you see a random text that says, hey, can't be there, baby's here, we're on baby watch. Grandbaby number 9 comes in, she's due in 2 weeks. So we're making all the preparations. My adorable son sent me a very lengthy text message on my instructions of what to do with her 4-year-old when baby comes. So we're excited. It's another little girl. I don't know her name yet, but she's going to be perfect and adorable. Okay, so I'm going to switch this over here and show you what we're doing. Look, we're doing a 1-sheet wonder. If you don't know what that is, that's what we called it a long time ago. And we assume that's still the name that it's called. It may not be. We don't know. We don't know. So we're going to... Good morning, friends. I turned on my comments so I can see them if I look. I mean, you know how I am. I'm terrible at looking. So hi, Carla and Susan and Janine. Oh, my comments went away, so I'm done with that. So what I've done is I've cut my paper. I took a 12 by 12 sheet of designer series paper and cut it in these measurements. So I'm going to do another one again so you can see how I did it. And then I'll show you the cards I created. So I wanted to do something. I love the designer series papers. We have great 12 by 12 papers. They coordinate really well together. They're just so easy to use, and they make me happy. So I love a good coordinating paper. So I wanted to show you kind of how I do this. And then you're welcome to ask questions. So I'm starting off with a 12 by 12 sheet. The first piece, I'm going to cut 4 inches. And I'm going to go over on this side where I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off and then 2 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut off 1.5 inches. And then 2 5 1/4. And then I'll put this all, just wait and see. You're going to like it a lot. You just don't even know it yet. You're going to like it. So this one is 4 by 6. And then the last one is 4 by 4, 4 by 3, and then I went this way and did 5 by 2. Okay. So I'll show you again how I did that. So I have, there's your, oh, I put 4 by 2. That's not true. It's 5 by 2. Here's my 6 by 6. Here's the 4 by 5 1/4. The 4 by 1.5. 4 by 3, and 4 by 4. And there is your one sheet. Okay, so now that I've done that, let me show you the cards that I created. Okay. Oh, let me show you how I did it. I went through it and took my tailored tags. You know, I love those, and ran some vanilla and white with those. I used the Bragworthy stamp set. I knew I wanted to make 6 cards. This had 6 sentiments. I used them all. I used a memento. I chose the Bumblebee gingham because I love it. And I chose some embellishments. I chose the Bumblebee trinkets. Spring. And I chose the brushed butterflies. Okay, so those are the cards I used. So I'll show you how I did this. I took one of the 4 by 6 and cut it at angles and then went back and forth. I used a different paper because I wanted, when I showed it, that it would show up. So I cut it at angles with my cutter. So I just cut this and then flip-flopped them. Oh, I had 3 sheets of vanilla. 2 of them I cut long ways, so they're 4 1/4. And then 2 of them I cut 5 1/2. So I had 3 sheets of vanilla cardstock. That's how I did my 6 cards. So this is one of the long ones, because I punched a little hole here to take my ribbon through. Our friendship is bragworthy, is as bragworthy as pockets dress with pockets. So true. This one is the full sheet, is this one, the 4 by 5 1/4. I put it on top. Wait a minute. Did I lie? Yes, I lied. I lied. This one is this. I should have written it down. And I cut this little piece off the bottom. So this is a 4 by 6. I cut a little piece off at the bottom to make it 5 1/4. So this, I cut 3/4 of an inch off the bottom and flipped it over, and that's what I stamped the words on. I tagged the edges and added some butterflies. And then I wanted this one to be a little bit more interesting. So, and this is, you didn't have to do this, but I ran it through an impression folder. And I ran the whole thing through so you could see, because it was hard to see on the cardstock or on just the designer series paper. So 4 by 6, 4 by 6. This one is this piece, a 2 by 5 that I turned over and stuck under there, and this piece. I took my my vanilla and folded it like this, folded it in half, and then back on itself. You could also cut this off, but I just did this. I adhesived it down, made the bow, and then I had these words. 1 minute you're young and cool, and the next you're getting excited over new towels. Happy birthday. Added a bumblebee. Okay, so that one is these two. This one is this. I took the paper and folded it up, added the words to the bottom, the ribbon around here, and then the butterflies. Okay, this one I folded up more, as you can tell. I could fold it up less and it would match better. But it kind of depends on how wide you want your words. That was my thing. Okay, so that's that one. Then I have, oh, there's the other one. Look, I'm missing one. Okay, then I have this one. And that's this piece. Then I added one of the tags because I punched out those random tags. Thanks for being the person I overthink that with. Added the bow and a bee. Then this one, I used this piece. I used this piece, and I used this piece. So I took this piece down the side and did this same fold, the same one we just did. So I used this fold. I took this piece and turned it over and put it through the middle. And then I took my 4 by 4 and put it in the middle. And then if you say, oh my gosh, where would you write? Well, I mean, I could put one of these little tags in here. I could put it over to the side. I could use a smaller tag and add it right there in the middle. And yes, it has a hole. And over that hole, I would do what I did right here and add a butterfly if I didn't want the ribbon to go through it. But sometimes you just need to write a little sentiment in there because this one says, I'm here for you seriously. Try to get rid of me, just try. And so if I was sending that to someone, this might say, praying for you with my signature, and that would be it. Okay, so there you go. A simple, quick way to make 6 cards. You saw how simple that was. I took my 12 by 12 and cut it. I'll post pictures of the cards together. And then you can see there's my pattern. Let me take these off so you can see the measurements again. Oh, and this one, is wrong. It's 5 by 2. Okay, there you go, friends. One sheet of designer series paper. We have so many great ones. You can pick any of them. 3 sheets of cardstock. My vanilla was cut 2 of them this way, 2 more this way. This is the other one I had here. I showed you with the fold. And then 2 cut long ways. The tags, I use the tailored tags, Bragworthy stamp set, memento, ribbon, embellishments. The other thing you could do, and this is good for packing, like if you're traveling and you want to just put some cards together while you're there. The other thing you could do is use your Wink of Stella, because like this butterfly or this daffodil right here, I could go over with the Wink of Stella and it would just, we'd have one sparkling daffodil. Let's see if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see how she sparkles. I do have another tip for you. I found these little bitty butterflies. They're adorable. But if I put a dot of the 2-way glue down for them, they do so much better. So you may want to dot yourself with a little bit of glue. All right. Okay, friends, there you are. 6 cards in a very short amount of time. They were easy to put together. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. If not, I hope you rock your day. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.